Hello and welcome, guys. We're here reviewing Tomb Raider, the newest attempt at Hollywood's video game adaptations.
Why are video games so tough? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a
You have all this
puzzle.
pre-existing material there for you to just add a little more to for the cinematic experience, and you.
It's like, this is already a visual medium. You think books would be harder to adapt than video games. They do books all the time.
Just add a better narrative for the film structure, and
Which they did here.
Sure.
I think that narrative changes that this made from the video game, because some elements are closely adapted from the reboot Tomb Raider series. But I think all the changes they made benefited the movie format.
and this is technically a double reboot. Like it's a reboot of the 2000s Angelina Jolie movies, but then it's based off the reboot from the games.
Mm-hmm.
That when was that? Like 2013, maybe.
Yeah, you got that right.
There you go. I don't play video games.
Gold star.
The new direction that the games took the series was like more in your dark and gritty direction there.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's kind of where this new movie follows along that. But I was getting a few Batman Begins vibes here and there, that just like comparing the Batman films we got before Begins, and like when you compare this new Tomb Raider to the Angelina movies, you kind of get the same thing. Like there's a big difference between kind of the over the top cheesiness of what came before and kind of a more grounded approach here. Story wise, nothing really new. I thought that was probably the weakest part of this movie. Haven't we had this a lot where the main character's father was obsessed over something, and then left their child to go seek out their obsession, and then mysteriously went missing.
Last week with Wrinkle in Time, that's exactly what happened there.
See? I just feel like we see that a lot. And so just your standard version of that plot here. And so Lara Croft in this movie just grew up without her father and not knowing where he went, and then discovers something that may be a clue to where he is, and so goes off on an adventure, and there may be a tomb to raid and treasure to find, and puzzles to seek, and
There was a
booby
surprising
traps
lack of treasure, actually.
there wasn't treasure.
Wasn't,
Because I guess the thing that everyone was after was a tomb. Just the bad guys thinking it's gonna give them power to rule the world, which that's another thing that haven't had that before. This shady military organization that wants to find this incredible power, and so again, the story was the weakest part of this movie, because then you've got Alicia Vikander replacing Angelina Jolie, and I thought she was excellent.
Yeah. She was very cool. Like, still thought that they didn't show a whole lot of her character, but I felt like she still kept things interesting.
Did the best with the material.
Yeah, I thought this movie would be incredibly lacking without her, and that she brought a lot to the movie, but shows a lot of range.
Was Angelina Jolie win an Academy Award before
Ironically,
Tomb Raider movies?
yeah, right before she was fresh off her first Academy win, and then goes straight to Tomb Raider, and then same here. Alicia Vikander just won an Oscar a couple years ago, and then straight to Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
It was probably just a month or two after she won where they announced that she was going to be in it. So just picking up the new talent. I guess that's how it works.
Yeah.
But I prefer her greatly over Angelina. Just yeah. I've seen the first Tomb Raider. I mean, we all sat down to watch it together because we enjoy popping in a stupid movie every now and then, and the first Tomb Raider is kind of a notorious one. But yeah, that was exactly what I was expecting. Just really campy Angelina, just there to show off Angelina and all of her assets, if you will, and
I think I fell asleep during that one too.
oh, and you fell asleep during this one.
Just a little bit. I was dozing in and out, like right in the middle.
It was a little late.
Yeah, I didn't want to, but it was a long day.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing our second movie of the day.
Sure.
Yeah.
Weekends always make me tired.
Uh-huh. But yeah, I thought this one had a few standout action sequences that were pretty decent, and then some of the action just kind of all runs together, and
Just a lot of running and being chased through their various circumstances.
yeah,
That's aside from the searching for the father, the main plot was just running.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, another thing the story didn't help with was that after Lara Croft, there weren't really any memorable characters. Like, there's the bad guy who's your typical bad guy in these kind of movies. Just wants what they're after, kills people he doesn't like. That's about it.
And I saw potential where I thought they could have done more with him if like his superiors were forcing him to stay on the island, keeping him away from his family or something. But aside from him saying, "Oh, I have a family, I need to get back to you," then that was pretty much it. So it was like
very one note. But yeah, then all of his henchmen could just be faceless goons.
Yeah, you didn't get to know any of the names of anyone else, really.
And toward the final act, I felt like if they could have given some of the bad henchmen like a little personality or something to help them stand apart, that then the bad guys and Lara have to go to raid the tomb, and so you've got several of the henchmen along that keep getting picked off one by one, and it just felt like instead of just having these faceless goons, that it would have been better if we got to know people more.
I did like how that played out with them kind of working together to get through the tomb instead of like a race or something.
It was giving me National Treasure vibes, though.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Yeah, except I prefer National Treasure way more than this. Of course, National Treasure is just one of my favorite. I don't want to call National Treasure a guilty pleasure because I do not feel guilty watching that movie. I love that movie. But it's basically my Indiana Jones that I grew up with that one as a kid, so I just love it. I felt like toward the end when it really started getting into like the traps and puzzles part of the movie when they're going through the tomb, I felt like those were kind of just nonsensical. Like they didn't, like, whenever she tried to solve a puzzle, she knew how to solve the puzzle, but they didn't set it up in a way where like we could solve it along with her and to help us get invested in it.
I kept like whenever she would like be reading her dad's diary and he would talk about all the different challenges that you needed to get to the tomb, I kept on thinking of Last Crusade. And then when they got to the challenges, I was just like, I can't stop comparing it to Last Crusade, and these just don't really make that much sense.
It's really a mishmash of all those other treasure hunting movies. But like other than a lot of stuff feeling really familiar or feeling like you could have done more with it, I thought that what we got wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been a lot worse. That it was still watchable and enjoyable for the most part.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is another one that had an ending that's really guilty of trying to set up a sequel, and it was
man.
just
That was probably the cheapest part.
it was not. It did not play out very well.
It was so just on the nose of what they were wanting to do. Yeah, just gotta make it a franchise. Gotta give you more and yeah, just it wasn't like the entire movie was building up to that. They just threw it all at you at the ending.
It didn't earn it very well.
We've seen better ways of pulling that off.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand, like, I guess why they gave such a small part to Nick Frost, too.
Yeah, because I thought his character was funny when he was in it for the minute that he was. He's a fun actor.
And, like, they had that line just for the trailer, like, she wants 2 guns.
Yeah.
And
that's the very last scene in the movie.
Yeah.
It's not the last scene. It's they start up the credits.
It's the last frame.
And then cut to that.
I thought handguns were illegal in the UK.
Oh, I have no idea.
So I was wondering why a pawn shop would be selling them.
Well, that's why they were in the back in a secret cupboard.
You could see them from the front desk.
Oh, it was a very shady pawn shop.
Yeah, it was a shady pawn shop.
Yeah, I have no idea what the rules are over there.
Yeah. Even though I fell asleep for a few in and out in the middle during the action, which apparently that wasn't very good since the action was one of the best things.
Well, you said you fell asleep during the airplane scene in the waterfall.
Yeah, like when she was going through all the CGI stuff.
That was probably the standout action scene of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you see half of it in the trailer anyway. So.
Maybe I wasn't asleep as much as I thought I was, but it just felt like I was struggling. Not because of the movie, but just because of me. It's a 50-50 toss-up whether I'll struggle to stay awake in a movie no matter what the movie is.
And me, I cannot fall asleep in the theater during a new movie. My body and mind will not let me because I'm just zoned in and just, I guess that's my personality. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I would be able to like fully fall asleep, but I was getting a little tired with this one, though. Since it seemed like it got more intense as it went along. That helped me not get too kind of lazy-eyed. But
So yeah, for rating, from what I saw, probably give it a 6.5.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking too.
Okay.
We should have you rate everything first.
Darn it!
I mean, is that what you're going with?
Yeah.
6.5? Alright. And then I'll give it a 6. Because, yeah. Thought it was watchable, but that didn't bring anything new to the genre or anything. But if you enjoy these kind of movies, then yeah, there's nothing to be disappointed by. But one of the better video game movies.
Yeah, I thought it was better than Assassin's Creed or
Yeah.
And Warcraft was just disappointing.
Oh,
Could have been good. That was another one with Toby.
Oh.
Which he was one of the best things about that movie. But
yeah.
Toby Kebbell.
If the movie was all about him, then it would have been way better. It was whenever they'd go to the human side of the universe that just got really stupid.
Like Transformers.
Hey, what do you know?
What?
Humans are stupid. Stop making movies about them, guys.
Of course, Transformers finds a way to make Transformers stupid too.
Yeah.
Plenty.
Yeah, more so than the people sometimes. Okay, yeah.
Detour.
Yep.
Detour. Well, see you guys later.